The banking sector in India is well regulated by the RBI. The Indian banks withstood massive global downturn in the recent past. The IMPS system is ranked as the fastest payment system by the Faster Payments Innovation Index. Hey guys, this is Shiva. Welcome to Finpati. There are around 1 lakh banks in India, including urban and rural cooperative banks. The assets managed by the public sector banks alone stood at $1.5 trillion in FY20. 43 crore bank accounts are opened as part of Pradhan Mantri's Jan Dhan Yojana and an amount of 1.5 lakh crores are deposited into them. Digital payment platforms have been started by WhatsApp and Amazon, etc. The government plans to invest around $6 billion into the public sector banks. In the mid-cap space, we have the companies such as IDBI, AU Small Finance, Yes Bank, IDFC First, etc. In this sector, we can talk about this bank called AU Small Finance. AU Small Finance is engaged in the business of banking and financial services. It provides a range of banking and financial services, including retail banking, wholesale banking, treasury operations, and other services. Some of the key data points in AU Small Finance are: the market capitalization is around 35,000 crores. The current share price is at 1,116 rupees. Stock PE is at 29.8 and the sector PE is at 20. So this stock is relatively costlier than the sector. The book value is around 197 rupees. ROCE is around 9%. ROE is at 22.3%. The face value is 10 rupees. So there is a possibility of a stock split. If you look at 3 years CAGR growth for this company, the revenue has grown by 43.7%. Net profit has grown by 58.9%. Operating profit has grown by 47.1%. Let us look at the shareholding pattern in this company. Promoters, they hold around 28.4%. FII is 32%. DII is 21%. And the public shareholding is at 18%. Let us look at some of the pros of this AU Small Finance. It has very strong annual EPS growth. The book value is constantly improving for the last 2 years. And this company has zero promoter pledge. The revenue has been increasing every quarter for the last 4 quarters. And there is a significant reduction in NPA. If you look at some of the cons of this company, the net cash flow is declining. The company is not in a position to generate the net cash. There is a small reduction of the promoter holding in this company. It has a high beta of around 1.61.
Hey, hi, you're RG back again to talk about the technical and the data analysis aspects of AU Small Finance Bank. Before we talk about AU Small Finance Bank, let's talk about its sector and the industry, which is Bank Nifty. So, and how the Bank Nifty has actually done when it is compared to the Nifty 50. So, when we have to talk about the comparison, let's talk about the pre-pandemic situation as well for almost like 5-year period before pandemic has hit. So, we have actually picked up a time span from 2016 to 2020, and we have also plotted the line chart in the purple color, which is representing the Bank Nifty, and the line chart which is there in the blue color, it's representing the Nifty 50. You can see that the Bank Nifty has considerably outperformed the Nifty at almost like 1/8 of the chart period. You can actually see that the Bank Nifty has outperformed Nifty, and eventually at the end of 5 years, you can see that the Nifty has given a positive movement of 51%, where Bank Nifty has given a positive movement of 84%, which is a positive 34% outperformance given by Bank Nifty over Nifty 50. Where if you see that the post-pandemic lows, if you see the performance of Bank Nifty over Nifty from the pandemic lows, it's kind of, of course, there is a slight underperformance there for a couple of or kind of 3 to 4 months by Bank Nifty when it is compared to Nifty 50 levels. But at the end, there is a kind of hand-in-hand movement only. There is no much difference after pandemic lows have hit when it is compared to the Nifty 50 and Bank Nifty levels. So let's get into the private banks, especially what we have picked up is AU Small Finance Bank, and let's get into the financial or technical details of AU Small Finance Bank. So the last good volumes that we have identified are actually 1100 and 1050 levels. So that's where we are seeing good volumes being traded. But if you see that volumetrics and chart patterns, and also based on the delivery quantities as well, so we see that stronger volumes are actually traded around the strong demand zones are around 1050, 960, 800 and 720 levels. 52-week high and 52-week low are mentioned, and the recent fall has actually it's taking the stock slightly away from its 52-week high. Otherwise, it was kind of a couple of weeks back, the AU Small Finance Bank was completely outperforming Bank Nifty as well. Nifty and Bank Nifty, which is its own sector as well. And the moving average price also have been given here. It's kind of 170 rupees of difference, or 150, 170 rupees of difference is there between 50 moving average and 200-day moving average, which is kind of when I see that it's 1/7 or 1/6 flexicap fund, it's having almost like 139 lakhs of shares, which accounts to 4.45% holdings in the company. And Westbridge, small world fund, they're also having a considerable holdings in the AU Small Finance Bank. And there is, other than that, I don't see much of difference in the mutual fund holdings at all. There is a slight increase in the number of players which are actually there. It's kind of 10% movement in the investors who are there in the company. Otherwise, it's kind of flat when it compared to the holdings are concerned. The stock has actually given CAGR of almost like 18% in the last 3 years. Let's not consider much about the 1 year, because the last 1 year is definitely a recovery year. So let's not consider this. But otherwise, in the last 3 years, the stock has given a 18% CAGR move. Please subscribe to our channel. Also, please do share and like this video. In case if you don't like this, do not mind to hit the dislike button, but please leave a constructive feedback in our comment section so that we can improve. Also, in case if you want to have a deeper dive into any of these stocks, please do let us know the name of the stock in the comment section so that we will come up with a elaborative information on the company.